Towka Talks episode 6. Today I am here with.
Davis.
And Josh.
So, Davis and Josh just finished their freshman years of college, and I thought it'd be very educational, informative, and inspirational at the same time for any of you thinking about going to college and are actually about to go into the college world. So, Davis, we'll start with you. Go ahead and describe yourself to the people and kind of just tell them a little bit about yourself.
So I just finished my freshman year at Oklahoma State. I'm majoring in applied exercise science with a minor in psychology. I used to run. That was a big part of me. Not so much anymore. I play volleyball now. But college has been fun. A lot of new experiences. Freshman year felt like there was 3 years in one. So a lot happened. So
My name's Josh. I'm a sophomore biology major with a minor in business at Texas A&M University. Going on the pre-med track. This year went by pretty quick for me. Took 12 hours both semesters. Tried to find a good balance between school and social life, and I think I did all right with it. I was in a freshman leadership org, so I just lasted this past year, but it gave me a group of people to hang out with. It was 60 freshmen, because my class was 10,000 freshmen, so you got to find your place, which is important.
So, Josh, go ahead and keep the microphone. We'll start with you. In your freshman leadership core or group, would you say that definitely helped you, like in all areas, as far as like getting used to the college life, meeting new friends, and getting really comfortable with balance between like studying and also just like wanting to do other things besides like working all the time?
Mm-hmm. Definitely all around it helped me. It was people of all different majors. We had engineers, education majors, STEM, pre-med, stuff like that. So everyone had different requirements or demandments of their majors. Some weren't as intensive, and some weren't taking as many hours. But we go to the library almost every night, and some people would just hang out, some people would study. But you just gotta be do it to yourself to be accountable, and to get what needs to be done. But A&M especially, we have so many traditions that are like core to our university. So it gave me a group of people to go to the football games with, Silver Taps, which is to remember students that have passed in the past month, and then Muster, which is students who passed in the past year. Other things like that. Group of people to go with, get lunch with. Most of us were on campus, so it was easy just to text them or just call them and say, hey, like right now, let's go to the dining hall. So it was good to have them because the first month of school, this is when you were finding out what you want to do and you had to apply for these flows. So it was a big change once I got in and started hanging out with these people and had a group to explore the campus with.
So, Davis, with your workload up at Oklahoma State and Stillwater, how did you find balance as far as what he did as far as the course? Like, did you join a group? Did you join a sports team? Did you join a recreational team? Did you join a frat? Did you do something with your life to where you wanted to find balance like Josh did at A&M?
yeah, so I didn't join as many organizations as Josh did. We kind of flipped. I joined a sports club. I play club volleyball now. I'm not in sort of any freshman leadership organization. But I joined volleyball because I met my closest friends up there, and we're all like, let's go try out just for the fun of it. And so that's what I'd been doing, that, and then balancing school and that, and then hanging out with my friends. So it was really just, other than school, I had practice or tournaments to look forward to. And I'm just that guy that I like staying active, and so if I'm not active, I need to be doing something, or I'm just going to be sitting in my dorm room all bored. And so, with my friends and then playing volleyball, it definitely provided a good balance between everything, as if it wasn't that chaotic. So,
Do you feel like you adjusted to as far as like the workload of college is a lot different than high school. You know that right from the get go. Did you handle that pretty well with the amount of hours that you took for the semester, both semesters, I should say? Like, or did you kind of struggle a little bit? What advice would you give anybody listening as far as like how to really hone down on making sure you're getting your schoolwork done, studying the right amount of hours, and then obviously balancing sleep and nutrition and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I guess the first piece of advice I can think of, and maybe the only, is don't take too many hours your first semester at college, especially when you're just now getting like used to it. It's a new town, and you have a lot more freedom, so you're going to be wanting to do a lot more activities. Um, so I mean, I only took 15 hours last semester. I think Josh, you took what, 12? 12. I mean, it's very basic. That's like a senior in high school's caseload. And so I wasn't stressed out about it too much because, I mean, sure, the classes they challenged you enough, but they weren't overbearing to where all you had to do, all you did every day was classwork. And so I think that helped, especially just getting comfortable because I love it up in Stillwater. It's a family tradition to go to that school at OSU at this point. Um, so it didn't really hurt that much just being away from everyone more than it already did. Uh, I mean, classwork, 15 hours. I mean, it's very doable, especially when I would just say, like, sign up for orientation earlier in the summer because you're going to take a lot of your general education or your prerequisite classes earlier in your college life than later. And so, like, sign up for orientation earlier so that you could have a larger selection of classes and different times so you don't take, like, 5 p.m.s. So you can probably get away with, like, earlier classes.
So you, Josh, as far as being pre-med, I'm assuming, did you right from the get-go have to start with like doing labs, taking science courses, doing things kind of gearing towards your major since you're in a more selective core or a selective route as far as what you want to do? Or, I mean, kind of, well, that's my first part of my question. Second part is, how did you handle doing all that stuff?
Yeah, so for my degree plan, if you follow it, the one that the university recommends, I should be taking 15 hours every semester in order to graduate, in 4 years. But I had 30 hours, credit hours from high school. So, like some of the basic Englishes and histories I already had knocked out. So, the first semester I took biology, chemistry, and calculus, and bio and chem had lab with it. And the labs, they were tedious and time consuming, but they weren't that bad. So, I took AP and dual in high school, so I feel like I was pretty prepared for the coursework. I was surprised on how much kind of busy work there was. I thought there'd be more like test heavy stuff and more studying, but I kind of found myself not waiting until the last minute, but kind of like 3 days before. That's when I'd like actually start studying. But you got to make sure you have your due dates in order. Every professor wants different things. I got a couple like late assignments. My calculus homework would be due at 11:59 a.m. All my other homework would be due at 11:59 p.m. on certain days. So like one time I turned it in at 1 p.m. and it was like an hour late, but still got like a 70 on it because of that. But rate my professor, of course, is always important because a professor can make or break a class. But you always just gotta know that regardless of who you get, you just gotta put the work in. And if you're struggling, they have, I think most universities have office hours. A&M also had SI, which is supplemental instruction, where a student who took it in the past will have a review session and they'll go over whatever the last lecture discussed. And some people found them helpful. I didn't go to too many just because I didn't have enough time to really, but they were good. I went like in preparation for tests. They had reviews. Um, but you just find the balance. Don't always stress about grades. Most professors will get a little extra credit. Don't skip class. So like if they see your face and they know that you go to class and you go to office hours, like in calculus, I really struggled, but my teacher like worked with me because I went to every office hour and did all my homework there and stuff like that. So they'll cut you a little bit of slack. They're not gonna give you a free grade, of course, but yeah, I mean, just find a good balance. Not everything's grade based. You're also there to meet people and have fun and explore. Um, you no one's telling you have to be home at a certain time, but still try and eat right. I mean, don't like just eat crap all the time and try and get some sleep too. So
So speaking of having fun and exploring, how were the ladies down at College Station? People that are watching would like to know.
Oh no.
there's a lot of beautiful women in A&M. No, I mean it's a big campus. So my one friend who where does he go? He goes to Bama, and I was telling him, I was like, every time I walk to class, I see like a new girl that I've never seen in my life. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I imagine a whole life with her, and we have kids, and we're getting coffee at a little coffee shop. But then I walk past her and never see her again. Um, so thing about college is you can kind of be whoever you want to be. I didn't really change that much, but I was talking to some people, and of course, everyone's from all different backgrounds. Like, you really realize the little bubble that you're in your hometown, because people went to 6 day schools. People went to classes that had 50 people in it. Some people didn't have as many organizations to join in high school, AP and stuff like that, or they had to get up at 6 a.m. and go help out on the farm, things like that. So everyone has a different background, has a unique story. I've grown a lot in terms of just getting to know people more, kind of find like just getting better at like getting to know people and get their story out of them. Not everyone is so keen to talk about themselves, but everyone's lived the same amount of time here on this earth. Everyone is a freshman or whatever university. Everyone's a freshman, so they're all new and they're all trying to find friends. So don't be afraid to reach out. I left my door open like the first 2 weeks. Like I had put the doorstop in my dorm and like wrote on a little whiteboard like stop by, like say hi. Just go up to people, say what's up. Everyone needs a friend, so that's a good piece of advice that helped me find some people.
And what is it with Gig'em? I have to
Gig'em?
ask.
Gig'em comes from Pinky Downs from the 1930s when A&M played the TCU Horned Frogs. So if you ever been frog hunting, there's the gig is what you use to hunt frogs. So the way you hold it, it looks like this. This guy Pinky Downs would go around campus the week of uh, leading up to that game, and he'd tell people, "Gig 'em, Mags, beat the hell out of those frogs," and it just stuck from there. So that's we were the first ones to have like a hand sign. Most of the colleges in the South have, I mean, OSU, guns up,
Go Pokes.
go Pokes.
Guns up
So,
is tech.
go Pokes.
That's okay. They're copycats.
Yeah, Pinky Downs, the man, the myth, the legend. Gig 'em.
So, Davis, how are the women up in Stillwater? What was it like for you as far as the experience, college life, and dating and all other stuff?
You already know the answer to that.
Yes, but the people watching don't.
I mean, going into college, I was definitely not looking for anyone. I didn't exactly keep my head down, but I wasn't, putting my head on a swivel, thinking about every single girl I could possibly date. And no, I'm not trying to dog on Josh at all. That's just I just had my eyes forward. I just walked to class. I hardly paid attention to anyone I walked by. But I mean, yes, I can attest there are pretty girls up there. I did find my girlfriend up at OSU, so nothing I can complain about that. So I can't complain about that. So
Now that you've shared all that, what really happened?
what do you mean?
I'm just messing with you. Okay. So
Ross,
what is up with Go Pokes? Why is that y'all's motto? Why do people swing those paddle things at the football games?
Okay, I can't remember the Pokes. The Go Pokes, I think, is when we got our mascot, because we used to be the Aggies when we were founded, Oklahoma A&M Aggies, because we were an ag school. We still are, but when in the 50s when we got our old mascot, or our current mascot, Pistol Pete, based off of a man named Frank Eaton. He was an actual sheriff in Perkins, Oklahoma, which is about a 20-minute drive from Stillwater. And he showed up at a parade, and we're like, "Hey, we'll take a mascot." I mean, an inspiration, because we were the Tigers before that. That's how we're orange and black. But I think this is just I don't know. I can't remember why we started doing that, but it has something to do with being the Cowboys. And the paddle people, that's what they're called. They're quote unquote the heartbeat of Boone Pickens Stadium, our football field. I can't remember when that tradition started, but it's a pretty sick one, and it's very unique. You're not gonna. I mean, Mississippi State has the cowbells, but that's just annoying. At least the paddle people and the paddles have a rhythm to it, and it just sounds like a heartbeat, like it is in our little saying.
So speaking of traditions, A&M, obviously there's a freaking. It almost is like a cult, guys. Like everywhere they go, they will find each other. They'll find their rings. But there is a mountain of traditions down there in College Station from where we are up here in North Texas. So the 12th man, like anything else that you can think of off the top of your head that you've learned or you've experienced, what was it like being a part of it? What was it like finally being down there, embracing the atmosphere, and anything else that you can think of as far as sharing with somebody who may want to go to A&M or maybe is on their way there?
Yeah, that was so. The traditions was one of the reasons I wanted to go there. It just unifies the student body, and it's crazy because it is a huge university and so many students. But you're all unified by the fact that you're an Aggie. So one of the things, if you ever enroll to university and you transfer to another university, you drop out, whatever it may be, you're really always an Aggie, and you're honored at, as I mentioned, muster later. Oh, muster later, which is whenever an old former student has passed, we honor them once a year. There's so many things I could get into, but like you say howdy to people on campus. There's this statue, Sully, that you put a penny on before a test for good luck. 12th man, you stand at the football games, you do the yells with the yell leaders. Gosh, I don't man. There's silver taps, which if any current student passes, then the next month they'll honor them at Silver Taps, where the Corps Cadets goes to the Academic Plaza and they'll play a special rendition of taps called Silver Taps. And there's a whole history and story, but there's just so many things. Man, you just got to go take the tour if you're interested. Like they'll tell you all about it, and I'm trying like there's just a lot, man. Like the Aggie ring, like that's such a big thing too. You get that when you get 90 hours. Usually, most people get it their senior year. Even just like pulling for tickets, right? Senior year, you have Elephant Walk. You walk around the campus, check it out. Think about reflect on all the memories you had that year. You have a ring dance, which seniors have. So that's like a kind of like a prom, but you get dressed up and go to a ballroom and dance. Wear cowboy hats, you wear boots, you wear jeans. You say the W word, which I can't say until I'm an upperclassman. All these things just to show Aggie pride. So, I don't know. WHOOP.
I get it.
So we wear cowboy hats too. we wear cowboy hats and boots. Okay.
So what is tradition wise like besides the paddle? What do they call them again?
Paddle people.
Paddle people. Okay, I didn't want to discriminate or talk bad about them. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Besides the paddle people, what else do you guys do up there as far as tradition or that like you really love being a part of and embrace atmosphere wise that you can think of off the top of your head?
We do have America's Greatest Homecoming. I don't know who gave us that name. It surely wasn't us because we're not that prideful. Come on now. But our homecoming traditions are, what's up?
Stop saying it.
No, our homecoming traditions are some of the best in the country. So it's like a full week long. It's not like your typical high school dress up days. We'll have a Greek walk, Greek row. The one time I like fraternities, sorority houses. That was irrelevant. But they build these little contraptions, not contraptions, but big old signs, and put them on their lawns. And Greek walk is when you just walk all the way and down those streets, down the strip and down Greek row. And they're in honor of homecoming or whatever theme it is for that year. And you see them and they're like mechanical too, and there's music playing, and there's thousands of people come, and then you obviously have your homecoming parade, which is pretty cool because typically in a trailer there's gonna be all the people that were under the Pistol Pete mask up until Pistol Pete started becoming our mascot, which is pretty cool. And then you have the game, and then probably my favorite part, it's not like people that don't go to OSU don't really pay any attention to it, but it's pretty cool because we dye our fountain orange on campus. And so it's just an orange thing of beauty.
They just put a lot of Fanta in there. Is that what it is?
Probably. That or Sunkist, to be honest. I can't tell you. But, I mean, I love OSU, so I'm probably hyping it up more than the average student there would. But I mean, homecoming is definitely great, and then obviously there's a lot of stuff going on at football games, which is even better. So,
So, what is one piece of advice, if you had to sum it all up in one sentence, that you would give to somebody who's about to go to OSU, about to be in their freshman year of college, about to experience a college life and be away from home, never been away from home before, new town, new city, new people around them? What's the best piece of advice you can give to somebody watching this?
okay, one's a funny one, one's a serious one, but I'm saying the funny one first because I have to come up with a serious one. The funny one, the parking police there are ridiculous. So never park in a parking spot that you're not supposed to park in because 5 seconds later you're getting a ticket. So just word of thumb. I'm sure A&M is like that too, but just word of advice. On a serious note, oh man, Josh, you're gonna have to go first because I can't think anything.
Passing over to the Aggies.
Do it for the dad lore.
There it is. Okay. Have fun. College is fun. Sure, you're gonna miss being home, but before you know it, before I knew it, like I called Stillwater my home, and I was kind of sad to move out of my dorm since I'm living in an apartment next year. But I mean, embrace it, like enjoy it while it lasts, because there's a lot of memories that happen your freshman year. So just don't let the time catch up to you. Is all I'm saying.
Wise words from wise men. Well,
Yes.
this was Davis. This was Josh. If you guys want to see more videos like this, please let me know down in the comments. Let me know who you would like me to interview next. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the Towka Tribe. Join me on this journey. And until next time, we'll see you guys on the other side.